everybody, CW here. Excuse the handheld phone here for a little bit. We're going to talk a little bit about my sight regulation and what I found. I'm going to pull it back out here and start showing you, but I've already got it put back together, measured, and calculated on my little pea brain here, and I think it's going to be okay. And I got really lucky. So I didn't change the rear. The rear is a Williams Peep. There's not much lower available. There's taller, thicker, but nothing lower. So that one's pretty much what I'm stuck with. I've got it set in the middle, at the middle setting right now. Now the front, you saw in the video, the front was a Remington ramp, Remington front ramp, with the lowest sight I could use for it. Now the Remington front ramps use a really tiny blade. They don't use a standard 3/8 dovetail. It's like a 3/16 or 1/8 dovetail. It's smaller. So there's not a lot out there for sizes. And I don't want to get into ordering and waiting and ordering and waiting and guessing and ordering and waiting. I want to see if I can find something, know that I have it, or order something I know is going to work. So I took off the front blade that I had. And I have two of these in my box of junk parts. And lo and behold, it's even the right thread and pitch that I had drilled and tapped in my barrel. And it's back a little bit farther than I would put it, but it's fine. It's absolutely fine. Now for height, there's a calculation formula, and it's over on, what the heck was the name of that website? I keep wanting to say Old Town, but it's not Old Town. It's boy, oh boy, oh boy. I'll think of it by the time I'm done videoing. So I measured, my caliper couldn't get in here because it's too small in the muzzle to measure from the inside bottom to the top. So I just measured from the bottom of the barrel to the top of the barrel, or from the bottom of the barrel to the top of the sight. And what I had was 1.4 or 1.38 inches. I measured to the bottom of where the sight goes, this flat right here, on the Remington, and I had just over one. Just over one. This one here is just under one from the tip of this to this. It's actually quite a bit under. I think it's 0.89 from here to here. So, not using the calculator, just using blind just guess. I had this all the way down as far as it would go, all the way back. I used the flat as my aiming point, as the tip of my blade. So I eliminated the whole insert. And I put that flat on the top of the paper. The top of the target, rather. So it was about 4 inches, about 8-inch piece of paper, about 4 inches above the bull. And I was hitting, as you saw, about 2 inches below the bull. So maybe 8 inches low, 7.5 inches low if you centered. So the tip of this blade right now is about 3/16 lower than this flat was on the Remington, if I haven't totally confused you. Now, I did some measurements. I measured the height over here, and I measured the bore and the length of the barrel. And it comes out that I should be about 2/3 of the way up in the back, so higher than what it is, for this to shoot dead on at 100 yards. I think it's set up for 100 yards. So I just put it in the center. It should be pretty close, and we'll try it out. So let me pull out those other pieces and show you what I just did. Okay. So there's the ramp that was on here. This is the ramp that was on here. So comparing to this now, you can see where this is, the tip of this blade is beneath that by a good, well, maybe not 3/30 seconds, maybe a 3/30 seconds, not 3/16. In any event, you know, there you go, line it up on the brown, and you can see how much lower it is, all things being equal. The brown line of the wood behind it. So we're going to try that out, and I think I'm going to be pretty good. I'm hoping that I can get back to the range pretty quick. So this is just going to be a really quick video, and there's the shotgun with the insert in it. That's about it. That's what I did. It was really quick. It was really easy. I didn't have to tap anything. I didn't drill anything. The same thread that I used on this was on that, and it was even the right length. I cleaned out the hole, put some thread locker on it, and screwed it down. Now I can't change this, so that is what it is. Whereas if I could change to something that had a dovetail that I could change it, I could do it. Now I do have a shorty ramp in my box of tricks here. Possibly I can make it work. Possibly. But let's hope this works. So here we go. Thanks everybody. CW out.